he so continue to rest in peace. All right. We're getting to our roundtable discussion right about now. And today we're talking about something very important. We're talking about our food. Our food. Now, for many of us, actually, eating healthy has started to feel confusing. Now, somewhere along the line, we began to believe that our local meals, the fufu, the banku, and waakye are the problem. And that's when we talk about healthy living, it must look foreign. These are some misconceptions that people carry. They say that, they say fufu makes you gain weight and all of that, banku and some of these things. And it's actually affecting some of us. Is that really true? That's a question we're asking this morning. And our topic is back to tradition, how Ghanaian meals actually support a healthy lifestyle. And we'll be unpacking the nutritional value of our local dishes, challenging some of the myths we've come to accept, and also exploring how even with our busy schedules we can eat well without abandoning our roots. And I'm joined now by Nana Amadjamina. She's a registered dietitian. I'll also be joined by a chef very soon as we go on in the conversation. Nanama, good morning. You're welcome to the Business Breakfast on Z. Hello, Nanama. Hello. Hello. Okay. All right. I'm not too sure if I have Nanama now. We'll try and reconnect her, and then we can have the conversation this morning.
Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM.
Z101.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM. I think I have Nanama back on the line now, and we can get into our conversation. Nanama, good morning.
Hi, Nee. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well too, by God's grace. It's been a while. I hope all is well.
Yeah, all is well.
We thank God.
Well. How about you?
Yeah, all is well with me too, by God's grace.
That's amazing.
All right. So thanks so much for making time to join us for this conversation this morning. We're talking about back to tradition, how our Ghanaian meals actually support a healthy lifestyle. Now, let me start from here. Now, when we say eating healthy today, what does that really mean, especially in the Ghanaian context?
Okay. So when we talk about eating healthy, it's basically having the right foods or the right food components in greater amounts. Yeah, so maybe if you have veggies, your veggies or your soup portion should be more, and then your carbohydrate portion will be less, and then the protein will also be in adequate amount. So let me just make it practical. When you take your plates, so half of your plates should be the veggie portion, the vegetables or the soup or the stews. And then quarter will be the carbohydrates, and the remaining quarter will be the proteins. So, but in our society, Ghanaian society, we've flipped it. The carbs are rather more, and then the stew is like a cherry on top, which shouldn't be so. Yeah, so generally, that is what I would say eating healthy is
about. So it's about the proportions that you are eating.
Exactly.
Would you say most people are getting this definition wrong?
Yeah, I would say people are getting it wrong. Because people feel like the foreign diets, the foreign foods, should be the healthy foods. The foreign foods are the ones that are good. So when you have your granola and your, those type of foreign quinoa and kiwi, you're eating healthy. They
Mm,
are good, but we also have our local foods that are also helping us to eat
mm,
healthy.
I
Yeah.
see. I
We
see.
we have we have Ghanaians, we have colonized our mindset to the point where even the food, now we look down on our foods.
Mm,
We think the foreign food, the foreign vegetables are better, the foreign foods are better. But even in our local communities, we have great options that are very nutritious.
right. You're going to tell us some of those ones very soon. But where do you think that mindset actually came from? The mindset that when you eat the foreign veggies and all the granola and all of those things, you are eating healthy. Where did that come from?
Genuinely, I don't even know. I feel like it's a general thing. It's not just from our food. It's like everything that is ours, we look down on it and we prefer the things from outside. It's getting better though than some years, some previous years, but it's still there. It's like we look down on our stuff. Even our local rice, we don't really like it. We rather eat the our locally produced rice. We don't like it. We rather eat the foreign rice. Everything that is made by us, we look down on it. And sometimes I don't blame us though, because um there are some things that we should be doing excellently. We are not doing that.
Like
So
what?
it makes in turn it makes us look down on ourselves, on our own stuff, because
Mm,
we've not gotten to the point where we are doing things excellently. We are producing great stuff, like very quality stuff. Sometimes it's not really quality. So I don't
mm,
really blame us. Yeah, I feel like we are doing well, but we can do better.
mm. So it's because
Hmm.
of the standards.
Exactly.
Mm.
The standards.
And that is why many people do not want to. Uh,
And then the whole like colonial mindset, like, oh, yeah, the foreign things are good. That should go so that we can start to embrace our own stuff.
mm. I see. But do you think social media has also played any role?
Yes, social media and movies, the things that we watch, the media,
Mm.
um, it has made us think that, oh wow, out there is so rosy, what we have is not so good. But that shouldn't be so.
Mm. And today, people go to, talking about media, people go to restaurants and they take pictures and put on their socials and all of that. And that is actually, I think that's also something that is influencing people, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Because
a lot.
regularly you will not see people go to their gobe joint and take pictures and put on social media. But when they visit the restaurant and they are eating some Lebanese or some Chinese food, and then they push it out there and people want to also go try it. You were going to say something.
Exactly. It's like, to them it's a flex. It's like, wow, if I'm taking sushi, I need to show them that I can take this,
Mm,
But it's not. We have our foods. I don't know what it is. If it's the aesthetics or the settings, but that is what we see happening.
mm. I see.
So,
But how dangerous is that particular mindset in the long run?
so in the long run, the processed foods. Some of these foreign foods are processed. Okay, ultra processed. Let me say it that way. Almost every food we are eating is processed. So when you say processed foods, it doesn't mean the food is bad. But when it
Mm.
becomes ultra processed, that is when there's an issue. So most of these foreign foods are ultra processed. And
What is that? What is ultra processed? What does that mean?
so foods that are like processed to the point where there's no fiber in it. Like it's it's they have long ingredient lists, they have a lot of additives.
Mm.
It's so processed that there's no fiber, like little to no fiber in it. There's a lot of enhancers, sweetness. They have long ingredient lists, like basically things that you cannot recreate in your kitchen.
Mm.
Exactly. So such foods usually are in the foreign markets, and we also take them, and they have a lot of refined carbs. They have a lot of preservatives, which could be salt and all that. So it increases risk of getting certain diseases, obesity, hypertension, diabetes. Yeah.
Mm.
But our traditional foods, our grandparents, they were smart. Oh, you think we think that they were really smart. The foods that they introduced are very high in fiber, like really high in fiber. They have low added sugars. They were energy dense. They used to go to the farm. They used to do a lot of hard work, manpower. So they were eating a lot of nutrient dense foods that will sustain them.
Mm.
So we need to go back to our roots. We need to take
Mm.
more of our traditional foods.
All right. Still talking about the ultra processed foods. What can you give like examples so that anybody listening to us will know exactly what we're talking about?
Okay, so ultra processed foods, noodles, sub a lot of soft drinks are ultra processed, sausages, sweetened breakfast cereals. So there are breakfast cereals that are not sweetened, but some of them are heavily sweetened.
Like which ones?
Fast food. Oh,
I want
Ni, you're
specifics
pushing me
because
in a tight corner this
okay, you
morning.
don't have to mention brands. I mean, as for that, we can do that. But I want us to give the specifics so that anybody listening to us can be able to relate, and they wouldn't have to now go and do other research and all of that. Yes. So if you can mention the sweetened ones, then we know. Is our cocoa, Usa cocoa part of that or is not?
Hausa cocoa is Hausa cocoa. The issue with Hausa cocoa is they've sieved it.
Mm.
So there's not a lot of fiber in it, little to no fiber in it.
You
It's
mean the
mainly
ones that
starch.
the one they sell outside?
Yes, the one they sell
Okay.
outside.
Mm.
So it's better if you prepare yours at home and then you keep the fiber in it, you maintain it, you don't sieve it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you are getting the one from outside, you can add some granules or some seeds or nuts to add some fiber to it.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now
Because you need fiber. If you are just taking the Hausa cocoa like that, it's the starch. And starch, is just energy. To give you energy though, but it's not giving you the fiber that you need. So yeah.
But what does the fiber do? The fiber do for us?
Oh, fiber is very good. It helps with people with constipation. It can help to push. It adds to the bulk of your stool, so you can easily free your bowels. You can go to the washroom and just empty your bowels easily. Fiber helps with control of sugars. Fiber helps with people with hypertension, cholesterol. Like it's very good, and it also keeps you feeling full for long.
Mm.
So if you're having, when you eat waakye, for instance, you see waakye is beans and rice,
Yeah.
and the beans has a lot of fiber. So if you've noticed, whenever you take waakye, you don't eat in a long time. Like it sustains you for a long time.
Yeah.
Then later on, you have to think of something. But when you eat only the rice, the white rice, you realize that after a while, a short while, you're hungry again. So it's all the fiber. The fiber from the beans is what is sustaining you for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's also one benefit of fiber.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
let me take you back to the ultra processed foods because I'm very much interested in that. You mentioned noodles as one of them. I almost mentioned a particular brand, but God forbid, I wouldn't do that.
It's
I
too
would
early
do
for
that.
this.
Yes, I would do that because I mean, it will be. I mean, it would affect their business if anybody is listening to us. But apart from noodles, so are you saying that noodles are bad, like completely bad?
Um. Hey, I said wait there. So noodles are not completely bad.
Mm.
Okay. The way we eat them is the problem. So
Okay.
most of the instant noodles are made from refined flour, which is low fiber, and most of them are also high in salt.
Mm.
And then they come with flavor packets that are very concentrated. So it's easy to overeat it too. Noodles, Charlie, people can eat and eat. You eat and you feel like you're not full, so you keep eating.
Mm.
Yeah, and after a while, you're hungry again. I don't know if you paid attention, but when you take noodles, in a short while, you're hungry again. You want to get something else
Mm.
because there's not enough fiber and there's not real protein. There's no protein in it.
Right.
Yes. So when you take at least you there, if you want to eat your noodles, add vegetables to it. Add your carrot, your cabbage, kontomire. Hey, did I say kontomire? Yesterday I saw somebody. Yesterday I saw somebody doing kontomire and indomie on TikTok. Anyway, that's just by the way. So your carrots, your cabbage, your onions, that thing. You just add it, and then you can add some egg or fish, chicken, and then less of the seasoning. Some people don't even use the seasoning. They just put it somewhere and they add a little salt. That's better. Even though it's not like the best, but it's better than just eating it raw
Raw
like that.
like that. I see. Okay, I'm going to come back to you shortly on that. But we've been joined now by Henry Selassie Hukpoti. I hope I got the name right. Hukpoti, right? He is a professional chef and he joins us in studio for this conversation as well. Henry, you're welcome to the Business Breakfast on Zed.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for making time to be here this morning. So, Nanama and I have started a conversation already. We've been talking about some of the myths, specifically about eating healthy, but we've spoken about some of the things that we have at the back of our minds. And she says that one of the things is that some Ghanaians actually think that if you want to eat healthy, then you should be looking at eating the granola and all of those things. But it is not entirely the case, because there are certain foods here in Ghana that are actually very, very very, very healthy that we eat. I mean, our traditional foods that we eat, like the fufu, banku, and all of that. But I want to ask you, what from your side, what has changed? What have we changed in how we prepare these meals that may be affecting our health?
Yes. So, we've now tried to modernize all of them, and then we are adding new and more of processed ingredients to our
them.
local food. Yes, we can cut off by, or first of all, start by cutting off with the Maggies and all those artificial seasoning.
Right.
Yep. That's it.
So those are the things that we've introduced into our foods today,
Yes.
and those are the things making the food unhealthy. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
But of course, Maggi is a brand, so please don't mention Maggi.
Sorry. Sorry
Yes,
about that.
Yeah. So let's not mention the brand. So let's mention the specifics, so that But in place of those seasonings, what are the things that people are supposed to be using?
Oh, you can do local herbs and spices like the hintia, pepper, ginger, garlic, salt, black pepper, white pepper, thyme, basils, rosemary, and all those stuffs.
And those are better than the
Way better. If we take our time to incorporate them into our dishes very well, should be able to have wonderful flavors and good taste.
Okay. But let me take you back a bit. So people often refer to fufu, the banku, and all of those things as unhealthy. They say that, and Nanama said something like that, but I mean, she doesn't support the people I'm talking about. She actually said it in a good light. That those foods, I mean, back in the day when our forefathers used to eat it, or our older folks used to eat it, they eat it because they knew they were going to exercise. I mean, they were going to go to the farm and go and work, and they're going to lose all their calories or burn some calories and all of that. But today, we are not seeing that really amongst us because of the kind of work that we do. People go to the office, they sit down, and throughout the day, then they go home. Is that to say that those foods are not healthy anymore? I don't know whether you have any thoughts on that before I come to Nanama.
They are healthy, but see, it also depends on what time you eat.
Okay, so the time is a factor.
Time is a factor. The amount or the quantity.
Okay.
Also is a factor.
It's a factor,
yes.
right?
And then what you do right after.
So the time. So if you're eating it too late, so how help us? Let us understand. So is it right to eat fufu early in the morning or in the evening? Help us so that we can.
You should be eating fufu probably 2 hours before your sleep. Yes.
Okay. I think those questions should go to Nanama because she's a dietitian. Yeah. So you are more of the cooking side. So Nanama, let me bring you back into the conversation. Are you with us? Hello, Nanama.
Hi, Nee. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I was asking Chef about whether the banku and the fufu and those things that we eat are unhealthy. Let me pick your thoughts on that first, and he says that there are certain factors to look at, the time and all of those things. So you can also mention if you have any.
Okay, so fufu, banku, they are fine. Okay, yeah. If they are part of a balanced diet, they are fine. So they are mainly carbohydrate sources which provide energy. And banku and kenke are also fermented. You know, the process of creating it is it gets fermented. And fermentation has been shown by research to support gut health. So it's good. They are good. The issue is when it lacks balance. So ideally, you want the fufu or the banku with your protein and then your soup or your stew or your veggies, whatever you're adding to it. That's how it should be, and it should be in moderate quantity. It shouldn't be too much. It should just be, but it depends on your situation as well. Some people need to eat extra. You know, some people are on high calorie diets. Some people are on low calorie diets. So it just depends on you. We cannot sit here and say, is this amount or is it no. So you need to see a professional. You need to let us know what's up with you. Maybe you've been diagnosed of a certain illness, and then from there we can judge how much you have to take. Yeah, but generally just make sure that your carbohydrate portions are moderate, and then your stew or your soups are more, are a lot. You should take more of that. Yeah.
I see.
Well, in terms of the time, let me give you an example. So two people eat fufu,
Yeah.
okay? Let's say person A, let me call the first person person A. Person A eats 2 bowls of fufu at 2 p.m. with light soup and then fish, and then goes about their day. And then person B eats 4 bowls of fufu. I know it's exaggerated, but I think there are people like that. So
Oh, some people do. Yeah.
person B will eat 4 bowls of fufu at 10 p.m. and then sleeps immediately. So you now look at it. Who do you think will, like, what do you think will be the outcome for them? So it's the same food, but the outcomes are very different.
Very
So
different.
it's about quantity.
Right.
It's about quantity. It's not like fufu at night is bad, but people tend to eat large portions, first of all. And then they'll go to bed. They'll go straight to bed. No movement, no digestion support. Like, they just...
Okay. Right. So also.
So at least if you are active, because someone will also ask the question that, what about people who work night shifts? What would they do? They also have to eat because they are working. So
Yeah.
the point is, you need to do small portions in the night, and then if you are working, just be active. If you're a nurse, you can walk around. Don't just sit down. You can walk around. Try and use the energy you've gotten from the food. Thank you.
I see. So I'm asking, so what if the person eats it and maybe they eat it around 4 p.m.? They don't go to bed right away, but they are sitting at one place. They are sedentary. What happens? Is it the same thing, Nanama?
Okay, so it's at night, if you are sitting down, if you are sedentary, it's the same thing, because you are not using any energy. You're just sitting down. But if you were taking a walk, maybe after you sit down for 15 minutes, you can just take a walk. If you're at work, you can use the flight of stairs. You can just climb the stairs instead of using the elevator. Instead of sending the NSP, the National Service Personnel, to go and buy something for you, yourself can get up and go and buy it.
Buy it.
Yeah, so all these things are
Actually.
ways of... It's not even just about the fufu. Generally, when you eat, you have to use the energy. You could eat rice and you'll be gaining weight because you are sedentary. So you need to weight gain happens when there's an imbalance, when the energy you are taking is more than the energy you are expending or you are burning out. Exactly. So it's not even about the food at this point. At this point, it's more like
How?
you are eating too much for what you are doing. Like, you are not doing anything, but you are eating too much.
Too much, right? So
Exactly.
the problem really is not what we are eating, but how we are eating it.
How we are eating and what we are doing with the energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the portions. Exactly.
I see. Okay. Now, Chef, let me come back to you before I go and mention the phone numbers so that anybody who is listening to us can join us. Now, I'm coming back to you. You were talking about the seasonings that we use, and you were talking about some of the processed ones that people use these days. Is oil also a factor that we are beginning to see? Because do we use too much oil these days from where you sit?
We certainly use too much oil, especially when we are using palm oil. Most times we say it's healthy, so we go the extra mile and adding more. So oil is too much. Oil is also a factor.
It's a factor.
Yes.
And how about salt? Do we see that as well?
Salt is it's a natural season. So if used in the right moderation, you should have the best results.
Okay.
Yes. So salt is a bit okay if limited and used rightly.
Right. So we are seeing that people are using. I mean, they are eating our traditional foods, but the problem is that some of them are increasing the things too much, the ingredients too much.
Yes.
And also using processed ones.
Yes.
That is what we said so far.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. So, well, if you just tune in, this is a business breakfast on Z101.9 FM, exactly 34 minutes after 9. And today we're talking about Ghanaian meals, how Ghanaian meals actually support a healthy lifestyle. And the agenda is to get you to actually look at our traditional foods and continue to consume those ones instead of just the foreign ones. And so that's what we're talking about this morning. My guests are Nanama Dwamena. Nanama is a registered dietitian, and also Henry Selassie Hukpoti. He is a professional chef, and these are the two individuals we're having this conversation with. You can send us a WhatsApp. It's a very interactive show. Feel free to tell us your mind and also ask your questions on 0544-321019, 0544-321019, or 030-3956-641, 030-3956-641. You can call us on that number, or you can also drop a message under or a comment under our live stream. We're on Facebook at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Drop a comment there and I'll read them for you as we go on. All right. So let me come back to you, Nanama. Now, Nanama, what actually makes a Ghanaian meal balanced? What should ideally be on our plate?
Okay, Nee, I think I have kind of answered this question, but basically it's the portions, okay? The half quarter plates. I spoke about it. So you're having more veggies, and then the veggies will take 50% of your plate or half of your plate, and then the protein. So when I say veggies, I'm not saying, let me make it practical. I'm not saying when you're eating banku, go and cut raw veggies. I mean, yeah, you can do that with your shito. So let's say when you're having fufu, then you go and cut raw veggies and come and put it on. Your stew or your soup is also the veggie component. So that should take half of your plate or 50%, and then the remaining half, you divide it into two, and then you have the first quarter or the 25% being your staple. So your rice, your banku, your fufu, your plantain, any carbohydrates. And then the remaining quarter will be the protein. So fish, meat, beans, beans is also a source of protein. Plant proteins, beans, soya, seeds, nuts, all of them are sources of proteins. Usually when we say proteins, we focus more on the animal proteins. But plant proteins are also a great source of protein. So yeah, that is just a summary of how you should eat healthy. That's how your healthy eating plate should look like.
Right. So that is quite general. That's why I want us to look at the Ghanaian foods. Maybe if you can mention them and specifically tell us. So for instance, waakye. So waakye on your plate. So you're saying that the waakye can be 25% of it, right?
Yeah. So waakye is actually a good example of balance. It gives energy. The rice gives energy. The beans provides the plant protein and the fiber, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And the fiber helps to slow down digestion, which is also important for the blood sugar control. So yeah, you can do the same with waakye. I mean, they are all under the carbs. So that will be kakrebi. I don't know how much they're selling it now. I think, what's the least? Is it 10 cedis?
Yeah, I think some people sell 10 cedis. I think the list will be 10 cedis. There are some places that is around 8 cedis and all of that. Okay, so the average is 10. Yeah.
But I shouldn't, some people's 10 cedis is more than some other post 10 cedis.
Yes.
So if I'm going to say this thing right now. But basically, your plates, just divide your plates into 3. But one side will be half, and then the remaining half you divide it into 2. Okay.
Right.
So your waakye will be at the one of the small portions. You put it there, and then you can have your salad or your cut vegetables at the big side, the 50% side, and then your fish or your egg will be at the other small portion.
Right.
Yeah,
And you are good.
that's how it can be.
And that's
Mhm.
that's a balanced diet.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
balanced.
All right.
You can even have waakye without the fish.
Oh, you can go ahead. Say yes.
So you can even have waakye without adding the fish, because
Oh,
the beans would provide that protein that you need. Yes.
Okay.
So with the beans and the vegetables, yes,
Yeah, also good.
it should be good to go.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Now, chef. Now, for also from your side, what?
Hi, Nick.
You wanna say
Sorry, I
something?
just want to come in
Sure.
quickly.
Go ahead.
So with what he said, I think we cannot generalize it, because for some people they need more protein, and we also cannot say that we will not take the fish because of the beans, because it depends on the ratio of the beans. You know, some people's waakye, the rice is more, and the beans is something small.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you say you are just going to do that, you will not be getting the required protein that you need, the
Okay.
recommended protein. So it's relative. I don't think we can generalize it like that.
Okay, great. That's a good addition for us. So, chef, let me come back to you now. Some people say that these processed ingredients or seasonings that you spoke about, they make the food tasty. Is it possible to use the local ones and still make the food enjoyable and not boring?
Yes, very, very, very.
How
possible.
can you do that?
So you should prep ahead. Looking at how our system is now, we spend most time at work, so you can cook over the weekend, probably on Saturdays and Sundays if you have the time. Now, let's take fish for example. Fish doesn't take a lot of time to have salt go in, so you can season your fish ahead of time before you start the cooking process. If you get all those things in place, you should be able to have a great meal with wonderful taste without adding any artificial additives. Yep.
So, can you, on top of your mind, maybe verbally, cook a particular typical Ghanaian meal? I don't know, anything that you can cook, and you tell us which local ingredients or local seasonings to actually put in, like verbally, on top of your mind.
Let me go home and do banku and okro.
Okay.
So before you start, you should have ginger, garlic, onion, salt, pepper. Depending on the protein you are using.
Right.
If you're using chicken, you should have some basil, akoko besa. Yep. Should have some basil. And then blend your ginger, garlic, and all those local spices like the minti and other stuff together. Put it on the chicken. Wait for about 10 to 15 minutes. With salt on it, wait for 10 to 15 minutes. Whilst doing that, you should be cutting your okro, and if you're adding garden eggs, you should be cutting your garden eggs and okro. Put that on fire whilst your banku is on the other side. Cook that okro for 10 to 15 minutes. Now bring it back off the fire. Pour it on the chicken, and then you should be done within 20 minutes. Yes. And that should give you a wonderful taste.
So no,
just the salt, the your local spices like the basil, the ginger, garlic, and yes, should do the magic for you.
And it will taste nice.
Perfectly nice.
Are you sure?
Very, very sure.
Wow. Okay. All
Very,
right.
very sure.
Okay, let's try another meal. I mean, apart from banku, okro, and all that.
So pick one.
Maybe waakye. Is it possible to do? Okay, I think waakye they don't use any of those things, do they?
You can cook your waakye with blended onion.
Right.
Yes. So you just blend onion and garlic, and then add it to the water that you use to cook the beans from scratch.
Okay.
You know, onion gives you that natural sweetness. So if you get the type of onion you are using rightly, you know, we have types of onion. We have different types of onion that we use. So your onion should be the base of everything. Onion, garlic, ginger, and then you are good to go. In moderation, you should be fine. Yes.
I see. Okay. So it is possible, what we are learning today is that it is possible to do without the normal seasoning. I mean the foreign seasonings, the processed ones that we use. Okay, let's try light soup.
You still come back to the same local spices.
So how? Give us a process.
So we are doing smoked river fish lice soup.
Mm.
You get your fish into a pot. You add your blended vegetables. Put garlic, no, carrots, some beetroots if you want extra color. If not, you can just do color. The carrots, the green pepper, onion. Yes, boil them together. Add some prekese,
Okay.
which really helps. Turkey bearings also helps. Yes, so turkey bearings helps you.
Now those ones are they not foreign or
No.
they are local? Which one is that one?
That's the abedru.
Abedru, yes.
Oh, okay.
Abedru is turkey
Or the
bearings
Abidu is what? The small
They
The
call
small,
some people
small
call it
green.
losa.
that they use for kontomire stew.
Ah, right. That.
Yes.
Okay.
They help in getting nice and sweet taste for your lice soups. Yes.
So that you can
Those-
avoid the
You can avoid all those
foreign.
additives. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's talk about lifestyle. Now, and I'm coming back to you. There are people who say that they are very busy. They can't go through all these processes to be able to do this. They don't have time. How can they realistically eat Ghanaian and stay healthy? Hello, Nanama. Okay, I don't know. I think I lost there. So let me come back to you. Yes. How can people actually do that? And I mean, how can they realistically stay healthy if they don't have time? Maybe the option would be to go and buy food outside, but the foods are not very. I mean, most of them are not natural. They are not.
Hello, Nee.
Yes, Nanama. Okay, I think I have Nanama back. So let me come back to her.
Okay. So, honestly, when we are very tired, okay, we don't like to cook. We eat whatever is easiest. The quick snack.
Yeah.
We'll go for that. So, it's basically to make, but we just need to make our work easy for ourselves. Okay. So, first of all, we need to stop relying on everyday cooking. You cannot rely on that and succeed. Let me say it that way. Especially if you are very busy. What you have to do is do batch cooking or bulk cooking. So you cook maybe during the weekend or any day of the week that you are free. You cook and then you store it in the fridge in smaller bowls. It's better to store it in smaller bowls so that you can easily take it out. It can easily thaw and then you use it. Because when it's in a big bowl, we all know how long it can take to thaw.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you just cook once and then you're able to eat multiple times.
Right.
So for example, you prepare your kontomire stew. Since we are talking about kontomire and all that, we prepare your kontomire stew on Sunday or Saturday, and then you eat it with your yam or plantain or rice across a few days. So same with light soup or granite soup. You just prepare the base, and then the rest will be easy for you. And then sometimes too, instead of thinking about a full meal, you can just mix and match. Okay. So always have at home some stew, some soup, a protein, some staples. Just have them at home. So that on a busy day you just combine and eat. Yeah, no stress, no overthinking. And then not every meal has to be heavy. Sometimes you can have a quick snack. Rice and beans,
That's a
quick,
snack.
quick. No, sorry. Rice and beans is not a quick snack. Sorry, quick meal. So
Okay.
please, I beg you, rice and beans is not a snack or
Right. Go on.
slip of tongue. So rice and beans, you just have a quick meal, rice and beans. Just fix something. You can do vegetable rice. You can add some chicken to it. Just make sure the oil is not too much. You have some veggies on the side. Quick. You can cut your veggies over the weekend and then store them, so that during the week you just be dishing them out small.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially,
And
it's meal
honestly,
prepping.
you will not always cook. But the days that you want to buy from outside, you say you will not cook. Go for the healthier options. Go for grilled proteins instead of the fried ones. Ask the Amelia for less oil. When you are buying your waakye or shito, tell them that they should reduce the oil. And then control your portions as well. Don't go
Okay.
and buy plenty. The outside, most food served outside in restaurants and all that. Some of them are a lot. The portions are a lot. And because you've paid, it is paying you to leave some. So you force yourself to eat everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can just eat what you can and let them pack it for you. People pack food, so just let them pack it for you and eat it later. It's better than to eat a lot of the food at once. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay, right. Chef, let me come back to you. So you wanted to add something earlier.
Yes, so she said,
Mm.
we should be um, proactive.
Okay, right.
So most people are busy on Monday to Friday. So
Yeah.
on Saturdays and Sundays, just do stews that you can eat for 3 days maximum.
Right.
Shouldn't be more than 3 days.
Okay.
You can cook rice and save it for 2 days. Shouldn't be more than 2 days. And then you should be able to balance your time and then your cooking and all that.
All of that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so Nanama also talked about when buying food that you should ask the Amelia specifically. She said that to reduce the oil and that. What other things should people avoid when they are buying food outside?
You should avoid getting. People buy rice and then people buy waakye and still buy extra gari and they want more gari. That is like having too much carbs.
Oh, I see. So it's not good.
That's like too much carbohydrate.
Okay.
Because gari itself is going to turn into natural starch and all that. And then the rice also. So you end up not living healthy. You think you're eating well, but you are not living healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
So
you should be avoiding adding how do we call this thing?
What? Plantain?
Plantain is fine.
Okay. Waakye and plantain is fine.
Waakye and plantain is fine.
Okay.
If you are adding spaghetti, you should reduce because
that's also a starch.
Yes.
Hey, so some people actually buy the waakye, they buy gari, and they buy the noodles as well.
So you reduce the
macaroni,
quantity.
yeah.
You reduce the Nanama.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nanama said should reduce the quantity. The portion control is what helps you live healthy. You should know what you are eating and the amount of food you are eating, the amount of food you have on your plate. Should be considering all those things. So instead of getting more spaghetti, more gari, you should be doing more of the vegetables.
Right.
And make sure their vegetable is clean. Check your environment. Check where the person is selling. Check presentation. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, great. So maybe we're trying to wrap up. Our time is almost up. So we'll just finish very soon. But what are some, I know you mentioned prekese, you mentioned abidru and all of, what are some regular, traditional or local not products, I'm finding the right words, like ingredients that people should actually look out for and maybe read more into that and then they can apply them to their food and all of that. If you can mention some of them.
The three you've mentioned.
Yeah. Are there other ones, really?
Yes, we should be looking at adding thyme, basil, rosemary.
Do people know them as basil and those things? Mention the local ones so that we can.
So I don't know the local name for rosemary and thyme.
As for rosemary, we hear rosemary.
Yes,
I don't even know why it's called rosemary.
Bay leaves.
Okay.
Is it akokobesa or akokomesa?
Which one is that? Is it the woba? Is it that?
Woba, yes.
Okay, all right. We have a gas, so I know that.
Okay, so the woba and then regular ginger, garlic, black pepper, white pepper, turmeric, curry. Yes, those ones should.
Turmeric is local?
Turmeric is local. We grow turmeric here.
We grow turmeric.
You can grow turmeric here, yes. I grow turmeric at home.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let me count. Nanama, do you have anything to add to that? Any
Oh, yes,
local
said
ones?
most of them, but dawa dawa, ayoyo, okro, garden eggs. All these things are good. If you ask someone when was the last time they had garden eggs stew, they will be thinking. It's been a while. Some people have that, So we need to go back to our roots. We need to start eating our local foods. Apapransa. Hey, which food again? Potom.
Kinky with fish.
Kinky with fish.
Does that?
Potom.
Yeah.
You know, kinky with fish fry is even common. I'm talking about the ones that
We
we've
don't.
abandoned.
Yeah.
Like it was our parents that were making them and forcing us to eat. You know, we don't eat them. Now we are growing, we don't eat them. But I think we have to go back to them. They were very nutritious. Yeah, so that's what I have to say.
That's what you have to say. All right. So maybe finally, so if somebody wants to start today, what are the two or three simple changes that they can make immediately to be eating healthy, eating traditional foods? Nanama. Hello. Okay. I don't know. I think I lost Nanama again. But our time is up. Maybe I'll take your final words and then we can go, Chef.
Hello.
Nanama, yes.
Nanama is back.
Yes. So the question, okay, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so I'm asking that what are some like 2 or 3 simple changes people can make to their diets as soon as possible so that it can be traditional and also healthy?
Okay, so you don't need to, change the whole food. Just change something on your plate.
Okay.
Change something on your plate. So instead of a full, for example, instead of a full plate of rice, just reduce the rice a bit. Add your kontomire or your vegetable stew, cabbage stew, and add your fish. Yeah, so it's the same food, but it's better structure, you know. And then add something. So aside changing the structure, sometimes you need to go an extra mile. Add more veggies. Add beans to your meal sometimes. You don't always have to do rice and stew. Sometimes you can just add some beans to the tomato stew or on the side. You know,
Okay.
spice it up a bit. Be mindful of your oil, because a lot of the extra calories in our meals come from the oil.
Okay.
So you have to be mindful of just reduce the oil when buying food. Tell the vendor to reduce the oil that is going into the stew. And then if you're someone who works in a company and you are served food by the company and you've noticed that the oil that they are serving in the food is too much, I think you should speak up. You should speak up, let them know, so that the caterer or whoever is doing it would adjust the quantity of the oil. Because I get a lot of patients coming to me that are sick, have high cholesterol, and then you go to the root cause, you realize that the foods they are being served at work has too much saturated fat, has too much oil. So they should just speak up. It won't spoil anything. And even as they are reducing the oil, they are saving their money.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's all try and speak up.
And do that. Okay.
And then watch what you drink as well, because some people will say, "Me dear, this sugar. I don't take sugary things. I don't add sugar to my porridge." You go and check. The person is taking a lot of drinks, and drinks also have sugar. So at the end of the day, the sugar you think you're canceling out is coming back into your system.
Right.
So you need to reduce the amount of drinks that you take in a day and all that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So Nanama, just before I let you go, so if we continue on this path, eating more processed foods and less traditional meals, what does the future look like for our health? I know you tried to talk about that earlier, but let's try and finish on that.
Okay. So if according to research right now, statistics, it shows that 4 out of 10 people are dying from NCDs, non-communicable diseases, like diabetes, hypertension. So if you take 10 people, 4 people are dying from that. And this is currently, or this was even done a couple of years ago. So imagine in a few years' time, if we don't take our health seriously, if we don't turn over a new leaf, it's going to be worse. Imagine 4 out of 10 already are dying from these diseases. Then we are slacking. Oh no, it'll get bad. It'll get to maybe 7 out of 10, even 10. You never know.
Yeah.
So we need to do better.
Okay. All right. Nanama, thank you very much. Let me end in studio with Chef Henry. Chef, so maybe your final words. I don't know if you have any final words to put across.
Thank you. People should learn to respect their plates.
Okay.
Balance the plate and then respect your portion sizes. Drink a lot of water, eat a lot of vegetables. We spoke a lot and we didn't even mention avocado.
Yeah.
That is very, very important.
Very important.
Add avocado to your kinky, to your waakye, to your boiled yam with kontomire stew and all that. And then we should exercise more.
Okay.
I mean, we should walk more, run more, and stop being lazy.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for coming, Henry. Really grateful that you did. So, folks, that's how we end today's conversation here on the Business Breakfast on Z. We've been talking about how Ghanaian meals support a healthy lifestyle. And my guests were Henry Selassie Okpoti, who is a professional chef. He joined me in studio, and also Nanama Jamina. She is a registered dietitian. She joined us over the phone lines. And the whole point is that there needs to be a mindset shift. Eating foreign foods doesn't mean you are eating healthy. You need to be, as a matter of fact, eating the traditional foods actually indicates that you are eating healthy, especially if you are doing that in the right proportions and you're also making sure that you are eating at the right time and you're controlling all of that, and you're also being very active. These are the things that you need. You don't need the foreign foods necessarily to be active, to be healthy. And so that is the mindset shift that we all need to make. If you missed any part of this conversation, feel free to visit our social media platforms. We streamed live on Facebook at ZFMGH and also on YouTube at Z Multimedia. You can visit those platforms. The video will be there. You can go and play it back and just make some informed decisions that will actually shape the future of your health. And so that's how we wrap up. We're back again tomorrow on Friday. It's a holiday anyway, but we're still going to have a show. We're going to have a conversation. A very good conversation here. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow as we talk about. Should I give? No, I won't say it. I'll save that for tomorrow. So keep listening to Z101.9 FM. My name is Nicho Ebi Hammond. Until we meet again tomorrow, please take very good care of yourself. And when you think Ghana, please think Z. I'll see you tomorrow. Up next is The Brighter Side with Jerry.